When we walked into the mothership, it's packed. Tony just immediately loses it. Derek Poston's there, Hassan, Hans, David Lucas, Casey Rock. Everyone's the Kill Tony band, Red Band, Adam Egget, the Booker. Everyone was just like, holy shit, this is going to be fucking nuts. And then Shane and I kind of started talking a little bit, and he's like, you're an idiot, Joe. Joe, you're an idiot. And I was just like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. You're the sucker. You're the you want to suck here? You suck a dick. I'll suck your dick. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch.
About last night.
Well, what a week it's been. What a world we live in. Lot to catch you guys up on. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here. If you haven't watched the show before, subscribe right here on YouTube. Come back and see us every Tuesday. A little late this week because it's been a busy couple months. Lot to catch you guys up on. Appreciate you following, supporting, getting my IG followers up to 500K. Bought a cameo from Dean Cain to congratulate me. Still haven't received it. Not very Superman. Dean Cain played Superman on Adventures of Lois and Clark. But we're not talking about Dean Cain. We're talking about what happened Monday night on Kill Tony. Everyone is, look, it's been a busy week for politics. Trump, they tried to take him out. Shot him in the ear, didn't get much of the ear. He's his ear's bleeding. They kind of didn't take him down right away, so it kind of looked like a high school theater stage crew trying to should we take this table off? Wait, leave 2 of the chairs. Wait, what's going on? I think this is scene 5. Scene 5 already happened. This is scene 10. Damn it, Gerald. This is why you always drink. So I'm 17. Well, you sound 50. So it looked like it looked a little off right there. I was like, why would you hold him on stage when he's being shot at? That being said, he pops up with blood. People died. Wild. Presidents have not been assassinated for a long time or even attempted. So that has just fired everyone up. So now we're bleeding into, that was on Friday. Thursday, Friday. Now we're getting through the weekend. By the way, 5 sold-out shows at the La Jolla Comedy Store in San Diego. Holy shit, I've been there 15 times. First time selling it out. Thanks for the love, San Diego. You guys are rock stars. We'll be back. Maybe with the Dr. Phil live show. Maybe with something else. But I love that club. Shout out to the staff and all the people that came out to sell out 5 fucking shows. So fun. Then Monday comes around and, okay. So if you haven't seen Kill Tony from this past Monday, I went on as Joe Biden and Shane Gillis went on as Donald Trump, and it was fucking bananas. And basically what's happening is people are loving it and commenting and messaging me. And I guess I should tell you how it all went down. So I was scheduled to do Kill Tony on Monday, July 8th, and I was in Seattle because we did 2 sold-out shows for Dr. Phil Live at the Aladdin Theater in Portland, Oregon. Thank you to everybody that came out. Those episodes are coming soon. Harlan Williams came up. We had Kyle Kinane, Danger Aaron from Jackass. Wild. Then we went to Seattle the next night and had Joel McHale, Rick Riz, the voice of the Seattle Mariners, the fucking Rain Man, Sean Kemp, the Fishmongers, Blad and Craig from the Seattle Pike's Place Market, tossing fish into the crowd. We had Cliff Averill from the Seahawks, and my white rapper brother-in-law, Dirte, to close it out. Sold out. All 3 shows sold out, coming soon to YouTube. Had a blast. We'll get back to all that later. Then I go to San Diego with my wife's fam to kick it for a little bit. Shout out to the Ondas for taking care of us. And then Tony's like, I need you. Monday, Kill Tony. We got to do it. I'm coming down. I'm flying from San Diego to Austin to promote my special. Like and subscribe. If you haven't seen my special here on YouTube, it's called Like and Subscribe, and I hope you check it out. Going down to promote that. And then Tony on, let's say, Thursday, and Kill Tony's Monday. Tony hits me up and goes, I need you to call me. I call him. Do you think you and your makeup gal can come down and you can do Joe Biden on Monday? The debate was wild. Everyone's talking about it. I go, fuck, dude. Well, truth be told, our makeup gal, Jen Aspinall, who does all my film makeup, Elaine, Jeremy, she's a gangster, SNL, MADtv, Westworld, Winning Time, Emmys, Oscars, she's a beast. I go, she actually got really sick in Seattle, and we had to take her to the ER, and she was so sick, and she's on her deathbed right now. I don't know if I can ask her. Time is of the essence. We gotta go. Shane Gillis might stay back an extra day and go on as Trump, and it's you as Biden and Shane as Trump. We gotta make it happen. I'm like, holy shit, I have to do what I can do to make this happen. He goes, I don't care what it costs. Send me a bill. Let's fucking figure it out. And that's Tony, man. Doing whatever it takes, knowing how big this could be, and you just want the opportunity to do it, man. That's a big part of what we do in this business. Just give me the opportunity to fucking knock something out of the park, and let me also go out of my way to put all the pieces in order. So I hit up Jen. She's like, oh, I need to get a wig. I'd have to do this. I have to track this down. I'm going to have to build a Biden wig. And push comes to shove. We get her flights. We get her hotels. Her friend Heather, who's also a beast, comes down to help out. They get in on Sunday. I get in on Monday. I go right from the airport to the makeup chair. We've never done Biden. I've done Biden voice in my stand-up act. You know, hey guys, hey, what are we doing? Hey, come on, you know what? Hey, come on. Hey, we're putting one front, we'll put in reverse, we'll put in park. You put in, hey, we're parking, we're parkouring, reverse it, reverse cowgirl, double downward dog, double dare, double share. I believe in love. Do you believe in love after love, life after love? So I'm doing that in my act, but I haven't done him live. I haven't done full makeup, prosthetic, bald cap, Joe Biden for anything of substance, right? Phil, before the Phil show at the Comedy Store, Jeremiah Watkins and I had done these lost episodes during COVID, so I'd fucked around with that a little bit to find some part of what I thought this caricature would be. So with Biden, I'm in the makeup chair. Shane comes in. He's getting into Trump. He's like, I go, dude, as little as or as much as you want, because I haven't done Biden before. People have seen you do Trump. They're gonna see you. They're gonna put it together quicker than they would with me. I need to really look like him. He's like, dude, I'm here, but whatever's best for the show, however much you want. Couldn't have been more of a gangster. And you know, Shane's done Trump on SNL and on his sketch show, but not like this for 2 hours. We both hadn't done either of these characters for 2 hours riffing live. You know, that's what's different and cool. You know, SNL 12 to 15 minute political sketch up top, rehearsed. This was just off the cuff for 2 hours, baby. Shane and I didn't plan shit, you know? And it was cool to be in the room with him, just to hang. You know, we don't get to kick it a lot, being on different coasts and whatnot, but we're talking through. I'm practicing the walk in front of him. At one point, I'm just shuffling around the room while he's getting the makeup, and I just hear him start laughing because he's like, dude, this is just so funny. I can't wait. And then we start talking to each other in character, kind of finding, you know, it. And he's like, let's hear your voice. You know, what's this? And then he's like, dude, you gotta get the face. I totally had forgotten about the Biden face. So I really started doing that, and then I was like, finding things to play with, right? Because he's coming in with Trump energy. You know, it's a recognizable. He's done it before. He's so good. He's so dialed in. He was so in the pocket too. I mean, obviously we got each other to break a few times, which was fun, but that's because it was all happening for the first time for us as well. But he really, was like, oh, you got to get you got to have things to play with. And I was like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna do this, and I got the glasses on and off. I can do a laugh. There was the side smile is really what I think drove a lot of moments home, because in between I couldn't be fumbling and bumbling the whole time. Trump's got energy, vocal energy. It's just everything's, and then I couldn't just be a waste of space. I couldn't just, fade away in the background. I also had to have some energy, But, I definitely was the Spade to his Farley, more or less, right? Like, we couldn't both be going hard in the paint. So finding those pockets and those moments to really assist him, sometimes just mirror what he's doing, and then also find moments to jab and create my own moments, right? Getting up, putting the jacket on the kid with inside out arms, who was hilarious. Did the little dance off, just anything, right? Finding ways to be active is always, I think, a big deal on that show. And listening too, right? And I felt really, I've been doing Phil for a few years now, so I feel really confident to be in that world and that guy and be improvising, but challenging myself to stay in character the whole time. And even when I'm listening, just getting the smile going, just to kind of show that I was engaged, I think I've been getting messages from some of you guys, which I appreciate all the messages, by the way, but some people being like, just watching you smile or listen was like really entertaining. So I appreciate that. Because I tried to just be locked in the whole time, which was so funny because then Shane and I would just look at each other sometimes and just start laughing because we were like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? This is so wild. What a weird job. But what a fun job, And that's why we were doing it. Tony was having a blast, dude. Tony was laughing harder than I've ever heard him laugh on a Kill Tony episode. Really in life. Like guttural, belly laughing. And he was so happy. We had a really sweet moment backstage where he's like, I'm going to get emotional. I'm kind of getting emotional, And I was like, me too, man. We've known each other for coming up on 20 years. Comedy Store parking lot, 6 people in the crowd, just doing it, man. And we've both just created these worlds for ourselves, but also have found a way to connect them and to still look at somebody and just see the person you started with. And kind of then be like, look at what we're doing now. Like, how awesome is this? It was a really, really cool moment, and super proud of them, of what they've created. There's people that don't like Kill Tony. That's fine. There's a lot of people that it's their thing every week. They build, couples watch it. People fly in to try to go see it, buy tickets months in advance, and it's like, it's obviously become a staple in the comedy world. It's a thing. I mean, what he did on the Brady Roast and the live streams and the form at Madison Square Garden they're doing coming up, it clearly has created an audience that is unlike anything we've seen. But that being said, comedy is all subjective, right? So there's still people that are going to be like, I don't get it, I don't like it, whatever it is. But what you have to at least appreciate is consistency is key in any business, but in the entertainment business, consistency, man, getting reps of everything we're doing. And when he was hosting the potluck at the Comedy Store, that was getting him such great experience to start finding out who he was on stage and what his thing was, and roasting and the potluck at the Comedy Store, people were doing 3 minutes. So, and that's where I think he got the idea for Kill Tony, because it's like, oh wow, what if you got to do this, but people were doing 1 minute? Because Tony got real good at bringing people up and talking to them for a little bit, and even on stage and roasting them, but also toasting them, which is, I think the hit 'em hug 'em thing is really important on that show, but also just in comedy when you're poking somebody a little bit, you gotta kill it with kindness if you can. That's my take anyway. I never like to just completely berate and put somebody down. It's like you find that balance. You hit them and hug them. But man, the moments we got to have once we walked into the mothership, Shane and I got picked up. And we walk around back, and the first few staff guys that greeted us were like, holy shit. And Shane and I were just kind of looking at each other like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And it was cool too to have a handful of moments with Shane like, dude, this is awesome. Like, and we were in the green room, we walked into the mothership, it's packed. Tony just immediately loses it. Derek Poston's there, Hassan, Hans, David Lucas, Casey Rock, everyone's the Kill Tony band, Red Band, Adam Egget, the booker, everyone was just like, holy shit, this is going to be fucking nuts. And then Shane and I kind of started talking a little bit, and he's like, you're an idiot, Joe. Joe, you're an idiot. And I was just, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. You're the sucker. You want to suck here? You suck a dick. I'll suck your dick. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? So we really just couldn't stop laughing at how one another looked. And so we're in the green room, we're joking around, and then Tony sits us down and walks us through, all right, this is what's going to happen. Here's what we're doing for the show. And then he's like, let's go for it, man. Let's have a blast. And then Yoni, shout out to Yoni, producer of Kill Tony, with Christy, I go, I think aviators. Oh, Shane actually says, like, you're going to have aviators. And I was like, fuck, let me hit up Yoni. 2 pairs waiting for me to try on. I walked in as Biden without the aviators. Everybody was like going nuts. And then I slipped them on and it got like this huge pop. And I was like, oh, I got to wear them on stage. That honestly is what gave me the like, all right, like, also after doing Elaine and Phil and myself, it's like, not that my eyes are super recognizable, but like, it's just another thing to differ it apart from the other stuff, right? And Joe wears them, and it was like a cool thing to contrast with Trump. And I thought because he is a little older and fumbly that the glasses would kind of cool him up a little. And it was a fun bit to kind of take them off from time to time and just do the Biden eyes, you know. Biden eyes, which is the follow-up to Hungry Eyes. Biden eyes. You don't know if he's awake or asleep. Biden eyes. And so we get out to the backstage of the Comedy Mothership. Ron White's there too. So sweet. He was like, that was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Hey, you're fucking, I didn't know you could do it, Joe Biden. I've seen change Trump. I didn't know you could do a Biden. Ron is so sweet, so funny. Awesome to have him there. You know, such a gangster in the comedy biz. So performing for people like that is just extra cool. It makes all of it extra cool. You're an idiot if you say it's not. So we're back there. Tony, we're having a moment. We go out. The whole plan was I'm walking out. I'm doing a bit for a few minutes, and then I get a 4 more years chant going. And then blackout, and the Trump video plays, and here comes fucking Shane. And fucking, I mean, holy shit. Knowing that was going to happen was a cool moment. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Shane was coming out and nobody had any idea. Shout out to Scotty Gibson McVader on Instagram, who does all the flyers for KT. Just a graphic wizard. And, you know, they made that post with Biden and Trump. And so people had no clue. I mean, there were people that were like, it's probably the actual Trump, and maybe this person is Biden. I saw a lot of thoughts. And then finally it started to get more doubt, and it was like, Ray is Biden, Gillis is Trump. Let's go. And Shane walks out, roof just blown off the fucking mothership. And then I said to him at one point, I was like, we should like shake hands, like just to get one little like I'm going to stand up, like let's just have a little moment. And there's a great clip right away. She just looks, because he texted me today too. He was like, I didn't, after watching back the episode, he's like, when we were in the moment, he's like, I wasn't looking at you a lot. You know, when we were, it was, you know, we were just both laughing at each other for what was happening. But he's like, man, it was so funny to watch all the little mannerisms you were doing. But right when he first looked at me, you know, and I'm just holding the fucking Biden face, and he just kind of lost it. And then we just sat down and just listened and riffed and tried to add on to what the other person was doing. You know, he's obviously, dude, he ripped it on SNL. He was going to be on there for a reason. His sketch show is great. His stand-up's great. He's great with people on and off stage. I've seen him both, and he's just a great guy that's in the bit boat, and he yes-ands, and he listens really well. And that is so imperative for Kill Tony, especially if you have someone else that you're jamming with. And we didn't know what our dynamic was going to be, but we really found some cool spots to like really go back and forth. All the Jurassic Park jokes that he was doing and calling back to those, and just trying to echo when he would say, you know, the Trader Joe thing was great. I had a missed opportunity. I thought it, and it went away real quick. And he was like, you know, Tony was like, so where do you work? And she was like, Trader Joe's. And he was like, Trader Joe, that's what we call this guy, Trader Joe. And I was going to go, at least I don't want to fuck my daughter, you know, which fucking missed opportunity. I just took it, though. Sometimes you also want to, like, let the joke sit and have that be the moment. People kind of went nuts, so it was like, you know, going tit for tat is good, too. And then I think I just, even more self-deprecating, was like, I feel like I just ran up some stairs, you know. Still getting something in, but kind of, you know, letting that joke be celebrated. But that's the fun of being up there and trying to really figure out when to chime in, when to hold back. You have, like, you know, timing's everything. So you got moments to decide what you're going to do or not do, which is the challenge of it, right? And why reps is so important to any part of comedy, just so you feel comfy in that moment. Doing Kill Tony a bunch, yeah. Doing characters, made me definitely more trusting of myself. But I'm still going up there being like, fuck, I've never done a Joe. This is a completely new, and sustaining that voice for 2+ hours. Again, I'm confident to do it, but like haven't done it. So you're still finding, but knowing that you had somebody that was in the boat with you helped a lot. And and when Shane was like, that kid comes out with the arms, that was so funny, man. And he was so funny too. He crushed. Confidence is big with Kill Tony. You can see in the interviews and some of the bucket pulls when people really take a step back and they don't, they're just uneasy. And it's a big stage, and how many people are watching and what maybe a little boost you could get from it. So I understand fully why people kind of clam up. But that kid, wish I could remember his name, but he just fucking ripped it. Anyway, awesome night. Please, if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. Kill Tony, Gillis is Trump, me as Biden, and it's so fun. And I can't see how that won't be the last time we do that. I think it's already got almost 3 million views as I'm recording this on Wednesday. No, today's Tuesday, so it came out yesterday. When you watch this, it'll be Wednesday, so 2 days ago. It's close to 3 million, which Red Band told me is the fastest viewed Kill Tony they've ever done. So that's cool. And it's also cool that, all the people that are seeing it. I can't respond to all the DMs fast enough, which is very cool. But also fucking it takes a lot of time to do. But I'm trying to get back to everybody because I pride myself in doing that. And, there's some people that are now following me or sending me messages that are Kill Tony fans, athletes and chefs. And some guy's making a baseball bat for me, which is fucking awesome. Some guy makes tables because I talked about on a podcast of how I'm envious of Joe Rogan as a table guy. So this guy's going to do a table for me, I think. Anyway, so fun. Thank you to the KT audience, the fans. You guys are insane. And and that was just one of the most fun come together at the last minute. Shout out to Jen Aspinall and Heather for flying out last minute and putting it all together and crushing it. It does make a difference. Tony was like, look, if we can't get them, I'll find some local makeup artists in Austin. And I was like, can't do that, man. Like, Jen's the gal, dude. She's just the goat for character prosthetics and makeup. And you hey, man, you practice how you play, whatever the fucking saying is. You got to jam with the best, and they're the best, so had to do it. Paid dividends, man. Shane looking like Trump, instead of just putting on a little, it's the extra level of commitment, too. I think you guys really respond to that. So, wow, what a night, dude. I mean, we partied, too. And then I had to get up the next day and go right back to L.A. On July 9th and do a Dr. Phil live show, which is out right now on my YouTube. So much content for you this week. Dr. Phil Live with Tim Dillon, Howie Mandel, Jeff Bridges, and Marc Summers from Double Dare. It's one of my favorite Dr. Phil Lives we've done. It's on my YouTube. It's streaming now. Check it out. Did it a few weeks ago. And it's just a wild. The Marc Summers Double Dare thing. Marc Summers, Brad Williams and I had him on the podcast probably 10 years ago. And as I'm starting to fill out these Dr. Phil Live shows, like on the last one, we had Nick Swartz and Kumail Nanjiani and Steve-O, and adding other elements to the show aside from the guest is now a really fun and challenging part. Because what is it? What are you gonna? It's Jelly Roll. It's Justin Willman doing magic. It's Dr. Pimple Popper. And so Marc Summers, I hit him up. I'm like, I've been doing this show. Kind of lay it out for him. He's like, sounds fun. I'm in. Can't do that date. I go, what about this one? He's like, I'm in. So then the night before the show, he's like, so what's going on? Get on the phone. I go, here's the show. Here's what I'm thinking. Phil brings up at one point how he's done a lot of cool shit, but he's never, a dream of his was to be on Double Dare, which actually was my dream, which is why pulling all that off was bananas. I used to do this joke where I was like, I'd love, if somebody said, would you rather your parents get back together or be a contestant on Double Dare? I said, I'll take the physical challenge. I've already been through the emotional challenge, and that didn't fucking work out. So Marc is like, well, what's the play here? I go, you say, do you want to play Double Dare? We come out, we bring some people up from the crowd, we do the trivia back and forth, And then he even was, having to finesse some of that because I was like, we'll do this and we'll just one trivia and then physical challenge. He's like, no, you have to go. Somebody gets it right. Somebody gets it right again. And then there's one where both people can't get. Remember, it's dare, double dare, physical challenge. And I was like, oh, yeah, you are the host. And this is why I should shut the fuck up. So I write him some questions. And the trivia questions I wrote for Marc Summers were not the Nickelodeon kid questions. It was like, which Olsen twin, was casually dating Heath Ledger when he passed away? And Mark just emails back, okay, yeah, I'll write the questions. I was like, message received. So his questions were like, who won the NBA Finals this year? Boston Celtics, right? So Steven Hauser, shout out, who does tech for all the Dr. Phil live shows at the store and on the road, which we will get to in a second. Steven, last minute, I'm like, hey, man, we're doing this double dare thing. I didn't realize how cool it was going to be, but I need some set pieces. I need, like, the nose from the double dare. I'm going to have 3 stunts in the obstacle course for the physical challenge. We don't need a big slide, but a ball pit. I'm going to put some sex toys in it, which Mark was cool with. And then we'll get the helmets and a ball. We put there's always like squirting water or tossing a ball or put something into the bowl on the person's helmet. So we'll do that, and then the nose. The nose is infamous with Double Dare. You're reaching up the nose, you're through whipped cream and gack and whatever stuff, and then you pull the flag out. So I explain all that to Mark. He's like, great. So we get out there, and I wanted to chat with him, too, because Marc Summers used to host at the Comedy Store, the Potluck, and bring up Saget and Robin Williams and Roseanne and Jay Leno and Letterman, Michael Keaton. He knew all these guys. So I really wanted to kind of pimp that out to the audience. So, like, Summers has a stand-up background, and it really came to the forefront because we started bantering and bickering and jabbing each other, and it was awesome. And then it continued into the game. And one of my favorite moments, I'm like, I got hosted by there he goes, I go, wait, we got to tell these contestants after the ball goes in my helmet to get out of the way. And he goes, yeah, duh. And I start laughing, and he goes, I already fucking said that. And I was like, oh, I'm getting roasted by the host of Cake Wars. And everybody laughs, and he goes, it's unwrapped, bite me. So funny. People were like, I can't believe Marc Summers. I'm here, and I'm saying, fuck. And then playing the game, I mean, you can see how giddy I am. My buddy Kirk Huffman was like, dude, it's wild to see the genuine amount of enthusiasm on your face as Marc Summers is explaining the Double Dare rules. So we play. It's awesome. Show goes great. That is on YouTube now. Tim Dillon, Howie Mandel, and Marc Summers from Double Dare. Tim and Howie were amazing. I've known Howie for a handful of years now. He came to play and was fantastic. Tim Dillon, I've just got to know really in the last 3-4 months, and I think he's one of the funniest guys to ever do it. And he came to play as well and was all about it. And shout out to Tim and Howie for just being, just being down. That's a big part of it. Come to play. That's all I ask. And that's what they did. Go check out that episode, Dr. Phil Live on YouTube right now. The next episode is a banger. I mean, we are taking a break until September, October, November, but the next few episodes from Seattle, Portland, and the Schwartz and Kumail Stevo episodes are so crazy, and I can't wait for you to see them. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/Adam Ray Comedy, and there's more Dr. Phil stuff coming. Hi, guys. Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Well, we all struggle with life, okay? It's a big up and down roller coaster. You're on your phone too much. You're not on your phone enough. No one's liking your bullshit. You fell into the ocean and somebody caught it on tape and put it. Now everyone's making fun of you. You stupid fuck. Comparing yourself to other people. There's so many ways to get down in the dumps. And look, you want to pick yourself up and live the best version of yourself. Well, therapy can help you with that, okay? And therapy that I've been invested in has been through BetterHelp. BetterHelp has helped me benefit from my own insecurities, talking to someone, sharing, getting feedback, taking what I dig and applying it to my own life. It's really what therapy is for, okay? You can learn positive coping skills with stuff with your family, setting boundaries with coworkers, and just trying to be the best version of you, okay? It's for people that have gone through trauma or just have drama or have met Johnny Drama from Entourage and he was kind of a dick. Victory! Give BetterHelp a try, okay? Have a victory for your own self. It's all online, designed to be flexible, convenient, and suited to your schedule. All you do is fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a therapist, and if you don't like them, you can switch at any time for no additional charge, all right? So here's what you do. Go to BetterHelp.com/AboutLastNight right now and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/AboutLastNight for 10% off your first month. Start feeling better and start feeling right. Today's episode of the About Last Night podcast is brought to you by Ibata. Ibata, well, hey, I bought a sandal, sunscreen, snacks for the kids. I don't have kids. I bought them for myself in the hopes that maybe kids will want to buy some snacks for me. I don't know what I'm talking about, but summer is just around the corner, and you're getting stressed out about the cost of going to the beach, of buying popsicles for your dad. Well, stock up on all your summer essentials with Ibata, okay? Are you taking that dream vacay to Disney World? Are you thinking about how much goofy pictures are going to cost and Donald Duck lunch boxes? Well, Ibata will get you cash back on all your purchases, okay? You can spend more time making memories with the fam during the summertime break and less time dreaming about all the things you could have done. It's summertime, which means Will Smith says it's barbecue season. Stock up on all your grilling favorites and earn cash back on every purchase when you use Ibata, okay? Ibata, Ibata, Ibata. Say it with me. You don't have to choose between burgers or hot dogs. You can have a burger dog or a hot burger. Either way, Ibata is a free app that lets you earn cash back every time you shop. Earn on hundreds of items from groceries to beauty supplies, makeup, dildo, whatever it is, toys, right? That's a toy. Dildo's a toy. A Rubik's Cube, a PlayStation. Make sure you're beating inflation no matter what you're purchasing. The average Ibata user earns about $256 per year. That could cover the cost of an entire shopping trip, okay? Groceries are expensive. That flight you've been eyeing, you want to upgrade to first class and not sit with the peasants and coach? Maybe that fancy dinner you've been craving? Look, other apps are going to give you bonus points. They don't amount to much. Ibata, you get cash back, and you can withdraw that cash from your bank account. PayPal, gift cards. Simply add offers in the app, upload your receipt, and voila, the money's yours, baby. You can save over 2,400 brands. Save on over 2,400 brands and shop at over 1,000 retailers, including your favorite grocery stores, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Best Buy, and more. It's time you join the over 50 million users who use the Ibata app to earn cash back every time they shop, okay? Be a part of the action. Don't miss out. I just started watching Game of Thrones, and I can't talk to my mom. Right now, Ibata is offering our listeners $5 just for trying Ibata by using the code ABOUT when you register. So go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, download the free Ibata app to start earning cash back and use the promo code ABOUT. That's Ibata in the Google Play or App Store, promo code ABOUT. Hey, man, you don't want to be that guy at the office when someone goes, I bought food last night, I got cash back, and someone goes, what does that mean? Fuck you, Greg. Enjoy the episode. If you haven't heard the news, we are starting a Dr. Phil Live theater tour in the fall. We've got 3 cities locked in. We are adding more as we speak. And those cities are October 25th, Miller Theater in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Miller Theater, October 25th in Philly. October 26th, Capital One Hall in D.C. And then November 15th, as a part of the New York Comedy Festival, we're doing the Beacon Theater. I've only played it once, when I opened for Dane Cook in like 2014. It's one of the nicest venues in the world. And we're going to play it for the New York Comedy Festival, Dr. Phil Live, November 15th. Tickets are on sale now. I think there's a pre-sale code. It's Be Right Back. So put that in and get your tickets, baby. October 25th, Miller Theater in Philly. October 26th, Capital One Hall in D.C. And November 15th at the Beacon Theater, 2,500 seats for Dr. Phil Live. All these are at adamraycomedy.com. More cities coming. I'm excited to do this. I was apprehensive when we did Portland and Seattle, just what the show would look like, the challenges of putting it together outside of the store. Man, the crowds were almost crazier. So appreciate you guys coming out, and it's just getting me more jacked up to create a show and keep the show as cool and better. It's got to be better and bigger when it's outside the store, because it's on the road. All the shows are great. I put my name on all of them, but more seats, bigger venue, you got to go bigger, So we will do that. Again, AdamRayComedy.com, 25th of October in Philly at the Miller Theater, 26th at Capital One Hall, and November 15th at the Beacon Theater in New York City. That's Dr. Phil Live shows. Come out and see us. I'm on the road too, AdamRayComedy.com for all the Adam Ray stand-up dates, and I've got a lot coming up, which is great to have both of these worlds. San Diego and La Jolla last weekend was so fun. Working on the new hour. Crowd work is always fun. The show's always different. And if you have seen my special, most of it's pretty new of the hour you're going to see now. Still might be a few things trickling in that I still like to do that are fun to do live. But that's the challenge of putting together a new hour in between all the other stuff. But you'll have a great time. Shows coming up. Providence, Rhode Island, July 25th. 2 sold-out shows at the Comedy Connection. Those are sold out. Try to add another show. Can't do it this time, but we will be back. July 26th and 27th. Some tickets left. Laugh Boston. Please come out. I think early shows might be sold out, but go to laughboston.com. 26th and 27th. I will be there for 4 shows. And then July 28th at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. 2 shows. July 28th, come out and see your boy at the Stress Factory in New Jersey. Early show is sold out. Late show we added. I believe it's 9:30. Tickets at adamraycomedy.com. August 1st through the 3rd, I will be at one of my favorite clubs of all time, the Punchline in San Francisco. Come out and see your boy August 1st through the 3rd. Tickets at adamraycomedy.com for the Punchline in San Francisco, August 1st through the 3rd. And then got a little break in between. Go to Europe with my wife. Can't wait for that. August 22nd and 23rd, Leicester Square Theatre in London, England, baby. Yeah, baby. The 22nd is sold out, so we added the 23rd. Tickets at adamraycomedy.com. Oh, almost forgot. New York City, Gramercy Theater, August 11th. I love the Gramercy. Went there with Adam Devine back in the day. Watched my boy Brent Morin shoot his Netflix special. I Am Brent Morin there. Check that out on Netflix. August 11th, Gramercy Theater. I will be there for one night only. Please come out and see me. Tickets available at adamraycomedy.com. And then we've got Columbus, Vegas, Utah, San Jose in the fall, Columbus Funny Bone. I said that. I think it's September 12th through the 14th. The 15th of September, the Buckhead Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. Come out and see me there. Atlanta, Buckhead Theater, September 15th. Like I said, San Jose Improv, moving that to December 4th. I've got St. Louis City Winery, September 7th. We just added a second show in St. Louis, the City Winery, September 7th. Added a late show. Tickets at adamraycomedy.com. More dates coming. More shit is on the way. So just follow me. Adam Ray Comedy on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. And, of course, AdamRayComedy.com for your Dr. Phil merch and your Adam Ray merch. I'm wearing my fucking hat. I used to think it was douchey. Now I think it's only I think it's a cool hat. So a lot of people bought them in La Jolla. Shout out. And I thought, hey, give yourself a little more extra promo. And I like the hat. Anyway, my mom was like, you should wear your hat on your show. I was like, shut up, bitch. No, she's the best, and she is such a good supporter. My mom is such a just watches everything, sends me notes, but all positive feedback stuff, and she didn't like. What did she not like? She didn't like something where I was swearing a lot recently on something. Can't remember what it was, but yeah, wild week. Before that, I was again in Seattle and Portland for Dr. Phil Live. Before that, I was on the Fully Loaded tour with Bert Kreischer, and let's just talk about what Bert Kreischer has created: a festival for comedians that big name comedians want to be a part of because it's fun. And that is something that should never be lost in what we're doing. And Bert, God bless him, got 3 legs of this tour doing arenas and amphitheaters. I mean, I was on the second leg with Whitney Cummings, Tony Hinchcliffe, Dan Soder, Big J. Okerson, Joe DeRosa, Cypher Sounds, and Bert. And it was so fun. All these people that you don't get to hang with a lot. Whitney and I really got to hang a lot, which was cool. And then I just did Whitney's pod, Good For You. Go check that out. And it was so fun to hang out with comics outside of L.A. or New York, wherever. You just get to know people more that way. Getting to know Bert and Leanne, Bert's wife. His whole crew is great. They just make it so fun and so accommodating. And the shows were great. Dude, we did the arena in Pittsburgh where the Penguins play, which, by the way, shout out to the Steelers. Cam Hayward and company came down. I will be performing for the Steelers rookies on August 13th before my weekend at the Pittsburgh Improv, August 15th through the 17th. I forgot to mention that date. Pittsburgh Improv, August 15th through the 17th. That is a big room. We have sold a handful of tickets, but I need you to come. So, Pittsburgh Improv. Tell all your friends from Philly to Pennsylvania to fucking Erie to D.C. to New York to Buffalo, even fucking San Diego. Fly your ass across the country to the Pittsburgh Improv, August 15th through the 17th. Bert, don't know how he does it. Burns a candle at both ends. I told him we did his pod last week. It should be out probably this week. You're inspiring as to how you keep it moving, man. You find ways to have fun, but keep challenging yourself creatively and just stacking the chips, and that's a really rare thing, there's a lot of people out here working hard and doing as much as they can. But he's really, trying to spread the wealth and have a good time and bring people in and share what he's created. And that's very cool. That's that Sandler mindset that I want to do with movies and TV, get to a point where I can just, you got an idea, bud? Dude, let's fucking make that. And just, that seems like the best. And Bert is a real, just champion of other people and getting people together and giving us all love on these tours by getting stage time on something that they're, getting a lot of love from. But a festival, a comedy festival that's got 5 or 6 people versus like 20. They did the Oddball Festival back in the day, and it was a lot of comics and everyone did a lot of time. This was like we all did 10 to 15, and it was great. And the hang was just awesome, man. What do we do? We went to the Hall of Fame, the Tom Benson Football Hall of Fame. We walked through the Hall of Fame and then performed at the Hall of Fame Stadium. That was wild. The Pittsburgh Arena, Darien Lake Amphitheater in Buffalo, New York was awesome. And I went out into the crowd at the intermission. There was always an intermission in between 3 and then another 3 comics. And went out and chatted it up with the people of Buffalo, and you guys were awesome. And that was fun. And just this guy came up to me shit-faced, and he was like, Dr. Phil, I need some advice, Dr. Phil. Hey, man, I cheated on my girlfriend, dude. And I was like, dude, why'd you do that? He goes, 'cause she fucking sucks. It's like, well, and I tried to go into Phil. I was like, well, maybe you don't seem like a cheesecake, if I'm being honest. You seem like someone that's got issues. And we all have issues. I talk about in my book. We've got issues because we do. But you do something that no one else does. You get drunk in the middle of the day and you make choices that aren't aligned with the people around you. You do what you want. You're the Mountain Dew Code Red of alcoholics. Does that make sense? Okay, you're off the beaten path. You're going to the beat of your own drum, okay, but you're playing the drum with your foot. Does that make sense? You tie your pubes together just to feel something. Hold that thought. We'll be right back. And he started laughing, and then I was like, well, you want to call her right now? He called her. Girl picked up. Jeff, what are you calling me for? You cheated on me. And he was like, I love you. I'm here with Dr. Phil. And I was like, dude, don't leave me out of this. Talked to his girl for a minute. She actually was really, she was like, hey, what's up? I'm a big fan. Yeah, he's a fucking dick. He cheated on me. I was like, sorry. I don't know what to say right now. So that was fun. I did that in San Diego too. I was a kid with crutches I was talking to, doing some crowd work. I bring him up on stage. He tells me that his house burned down and he's staying with his ex. So I was like, let's call her. We call the ex. She doesn't pick up. I leave a voicemail for like 3 minutes where I'm like, hi, my name's Rebecca, and JP's staying with me right now. So you can go ahead and fucking just delete his number because you're his ex and you broke up with him. So I'll take care of him from here on out. It's not going to be sexual. I'm not going to fuck him. I might blow on stuff, but I'm not going to do anything weird. And then he was getting uneasy. So I started to really kind of go out of my way to be like, but I'm an OnlyFans girl and I'm like a gangbang girl. So I have a bunch of guys anyway. I don't need to add more to the arsenal. I have enough cocks. And then it goes, this voicemail is full, and it just stopped. So I was like, never recorded. So I called back and then just called as me and was like, dude, JP actually was just singing your praises. How, he said how great you are, that, you left him, but you're letting him stay with him. And he's like, I love you, Christine. You're my angel. And after the show, he's like, dude, she texted me back and called and we might get back together. I'm like, fuck, dude. Look at me matchmaking and patch breaking. Yeah, Bert Kreischer, Fully Loaded. If you get a chance to go see it, if he does it again, you got to go. Dan Soder's one of the funniest guys I've ever seen. Man, that's no secret to anybody who likes stand-up, but he just was so funny every night. And I like comics with fun voices, too. Dan, doesn't do a ton of act-outs, but he's got a great set of pipes as his normal speaking voice, but he's always doing, whether it's a voice of a grandma or somebody at the grocery store, whatever, he's always doing that to add to the story, and that's just always fun to me. We also were in Baltimore, and Stavros came out. He's from there. He lives out there, and he ripped it up, and that was cool to get to hang with him. Stavros and I Kicked it in the pool at like from like midnight to 2, 3 a.m. smoking and drinking and just, chumming it up, dude. And that's a guy with a good laugh too. You get that guy to laugh, you feel pretty good about yourself. But he's a beast, dude. I mean, obviously watch his special on Netflix and hopefully going to get him on the Phil show soon. Maybe when we're on that coast, fingers crossed. Anyway, shout out to Bert. What a time. What a time, dude. I think that's about it. I just wanted to kind of come back to the surface and catch you guys up on what's been going on. Seattle was amazing. Again, hometown show. Stuck around for my mom and stepdad's birthday. I got a hibachi grill team to come to the house and do a hibachi dinner for my mom and stepdad. Got some friends of theirs over, some friends of mine. Had a blast. That was really special. 75 and 81, I believe, mom and stepdad. Shout out to Puddin' and G. Crushing it. Your parents getting older is weird. It's not my fave. But they're clicking and ticking in the right direction. My mom always says, she's like, I remember when I first started to go home and see that my parents were getting older, and it just really bummed me out. I'm like, guys haven't given that to me yet, so keep walking, eating your vitamins, doing shit that, where you put yourself around young people the way they do with my nieces and nephew, and always just going to dinners, and they're staying active, and so they're staying hip. But yeah, I love them so much. So the idea of them being older is just not something you want to think about. But they're the best. My mom's the GOAT, obviously. I've talked about Puddin' as being a living legend. Greatest person I know, greatest person I've ever met. Where I get all my chops from in the real world as a person and as a comedian. She's fearless, she's kind, and she puts others first. It's like I had a little Panda Express fortune cookie thing once, and she told me to put it in my phone case. It said, people first, tasks second. And I was like, yeah, if that doesn't sum me up, I don't know what does. And Panda Express was the one to fucking call it out. So shout out to PE. Which, by the way, we were talking about the other night, myself and Sandy Dando, who opened for me in La Jolla at the Comedy Store. Check out Sandy Dando, Nikki Paris, great comedians. And I said, who was you guys' first PE teacher that was a little creepy, in describing sex ed, health class stuff? And it was our baseball coach at the time, Mr. Suplin. And he had a goatee. He looked like Kenny Powers' dad. He had a goatee, a long face, kind of like his eyes were real close together. And I remember him being like, cigarettes are cool. Yeah, they're bad for your lungs, but what isn't? What isn't? Everything's bad for your lungs. Everything's bad for you at some point. You gotta just get out there, get sweaty, get after it, do what you want to do. Do it if it feels good. Rules I live by. Do it if it feels good, get sweaty, don't take no for an answer. You're like, all right, well, those are pretty much the 1, 2, 3s of sexual assault. But you are a teacher and a baseball coach, so we're going to give you benefit of the doubt. But, yeah, I think he was definitely hitting on some of the girls. I don't want to confirm or deny that, but I definitely remember him winking. Whether it was in the vicinity of a gal or a guy, he definitely was, and that's why you eat cantaloupe and it tastes better down there. Emily knows what I'm talking about. All right, you guys, we're doing the mile run on Friday. And remember, bring your own shorts. Not too high, though. Not too high, Gabe. We don't want to see those fat-ass balls. All right, have a good weekend, guys. He was just loosey-goosey. A character. He was a fucking Will Ferrell character. But anyway, that's something that we're talking about while we were in the pool at the Airbnb. We got an Airbnb in San Diego so that we didn't stay at the hotel. Everybody was at one spot. And, man, I want a house so fucking bad. If you have a house, good for you, man. Do you have a pool? Do you have a yard? Oh, wow. Do you have a garage fridge? I love my place, but I want more room. How do you get more room? You get more money. How do you get more money? You do more stuff. Maybe the DNC will hire me to come do Biden at a big event. I would actually, Shane and I talked about this, what if people hit us up and want us to debate or live stream during the election, like Trump and Biden hanging out? I don't know. I don't know what's possible. I don't know what, it was so fun, and I do anything again with Shane because I think he's so funny. But that in particular, I think, with what's happening and how much more time we got, a few more months to really take advantage of it, But definitely something that I think will be in the zeitgeist of comedy for a little bit because of Kill Tony's popularity and longevity and the amount of eyeballs they get. And then, like, there's never been a loose 2-hour edgy. I mean, we were saying some edgy shit between two presidential candidates in a year where the election is very tense. There's tense people on both sides, but there really are. Wild stuff, crazy times. That's why that's why comedy is so at the epicenter of what's happening. You know, some guy, I think it's Colin something on Twitter, tweeted something with Shane and I, and he's got millions of followers, and he said, chaotic wild weekend, we needed this. And I'm like, yeah, we really did. I mean, we always do. We always need more silly because I don't want to say it's a distraction, but it's a diluter because obviously people are, for me, I mean, I definitely took a step back this weekend to try to really just remove myself from all news and all. I mean, Trump getting, potentially killed that's news. So that's not going to not be discussed or brought up. But everything else I try to really stay away from. Did watch the Home Run Derby a few nights ago. Last night, hey, man, that anthem. I don't know who that girl is. Apparently she's a country singer. Look, I felt bad right out of the gate. I was like, am I hearing things? Because she was like, in the Rockets, red glare, the bombs bursting in air. Bursting in bombs, rockets and rides, tables and turns, labels and burns. Ride me pony, fuck the Kill Tony. It was bad. It was bad. And then I was just like, oh man. So I took a video of it and I kind of commented over it and I posted it on my Instagram, and it's got way too many views and likes and comments. But I was posting it in real time. And then I started to see every little site post it, and I was like, oh, it was as I saw. Because I started questioning. I was like, maybe this wasn't as bad. Maybe I should take this down. I feel bad. And I just put this was wild. Thoughts? Kind of leaving it up for the Instagram forum to chime in. And then today, as of today, they've come out, her team, and says she was hammered and she's going to rehab. Do I believe it? Do I believe she was hammered? Yeah. I did see one other video clip of her singing sober-ish or sober, and yeah, it was way better. It was not what she did at the Home Run Derby. That being said, I have a lot of compassion for people with addictions, and if that was the kind of culmination of it, and she got fucking blasted, people have come back from worse. So I don't think it's going to affect her. Musicians and comedians seem like they get a free pass when they get fucked up on stage. It's like, all right, now I get to hear them sing or talk about it. But she was definitely fucked up. And if she does go to rehab, good for you. Whatever you need to do, everything in moderation. Sometimes you don't know whether you need to get some help, right? That's the biggest part of it. And needing people around you or something to happen. You need some sort of an event or something to transpire to make you go, oof. And there's no better catapult for rehab than public embarrassment, especially when you're fucked up. And again, that was like, once I saw every, Barstool and everything posting videos, I was like, yeah, that was not good. But hey, rehab the next day, that's how you know it was bad. And if it's not rehab and she's just saying that to cover up, I get that too, I'm surprised she didn't go with I have COVID or it's like when the Houston Astros got caught for cheating and then Jose Altuve, that piece of shit, was wearing a wire and they were going to pour water on him. And he was wearing his wire. So he was like, don't do it. I'm wearing the wire. He's clearly being like, the wire's on my chest. And then later he was like, no, I was saying that I just didn't want them to get my new tattoo wet. What? You fucking idiot. My new tattoo wet. Oh, you got a tattoo right before the game and it's not dry? Or you're wearing a wire, which is what you said So crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. So much stuff going on. Haktua girl has got to be a little bummed. Trump assassination? Dude, Sorry, Haktua, bitch. Somebody tried to shoot my ear. Listen, and I can't very well because my ear's been shot. It's been a tough week for America. The Haktua girl had to take a back seat because my ear was shot, and most of America's ears were shot when that country singer sang the anthem, Blackout on Strawberry Zimas. Yeah, what a tough week for the world. But we're still here. We ain't going anywhere. Kill Tony. Shane Gillis is Trump, Adam Reyes, Joe Biden. It's out. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. Dr. Phil Live with Howie Mandel, Tim Dillon, Jeff Bridges, and Marc Summers is on my YouTube, youtube.com/Adam Ray Comedy. More Dr. Phil Lives coming. Dr. Phil Live Theater Tour is on sale now. October 25th, Miller Theater in Philly, 26th, Capital One Hall in D.C., and November 15th at the Beacon Theater in New York City. Tickets at AdamRayComedy.com. Pre-sale code, be right back. Subscribe to the About Last Night podcast. Click right here and subscribe. Also get us on Instagram and Twitter. Adam Ray Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. AdamRayComedy.com for all the Dr. Phil merch and Adam Ray merch. Get the hat for yourself, or your grandma, or your dad, or your hater, or your lover, and come see me on the road. Like I said, Pittsburgh Improv, August 15th through the 17th. We need to push those tickets. Providence sold out. Jersey, Late Show, July 28th. Stress Factory, New Brunswick. Go get tickets. Laugh Boston, July 26th and 27th. Some tickets still left, 26th and 27th of Boston of July at Laugh Boston. Come out and see me. AdamRayComedy.com for all those tour dates. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. I'm in L.A. for about 10 days. I'm doing the 10th anniversary of the goddamn Comedy Jam on Sunday. And then spots around town, Laugh Factory Improv Store on Friday and Saturday. Next week, a bunch of shows. And then we're going to the East Coast, baby. Gramercy, August 11th, New York. I think that's it for now. Check out my special, like and subscribe. Check out The Unfiltered. Oh, yeah, have you seen The Unfiltered? Dr. Phil interviewing Adam Ray. Spent a lot of time on that. Shout out to my boy Albert for cutting that together. Pretty proud of it. Check it out. It's hopefully the beginning of a special side series of unfiltered, intimate, one-on-one interviews with Phil and people that just are too busy for the live show. So stay tuned, more on that. And again, thanks for all the love and support. It's only fun if people are enjoying it. And when you let me know about that, man, it makes a huge difference and adds to my joy and desire to want to do more. And you know, Tony and I are already talking about another new character for Kill Tony. So, and hopefully the return of Elaine to Kill Tony very soon. All right. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you next week here on the About Last Night podcast. Later, baby.